The Red Devil. I'm at the primer stage now. I shot a couple light coats on last night, if you can probably see the different colors of gray. Once I get the top all primered, I'll flip it over and start doing all the bottom. And then I can start painting the cockpit. The pilot's about the only thing that's going to take me a little bit longer to paint. The cockpit won't. Basically, I'll just paint the basic color and do some washes and some dry brushes for the instrument panels, and add the decals that go on the control surface, and man, be rocking and rolling. And then pilot, same way. I just basically use the paint the base color, add a couple washes, and add the decals to the pilot, and that's it. And then basically I'm just down to pre-shading the whole thing, adding the base coat, and probably do a little post shading on it. And this will be very little weathering, and hardly none at all, because it's basically just to be a display model. But I'm basically down to the painting stage, so ready to rock and roll. The SR71, and last I left off on this, I got everything on it. It's just a very simple, fun model to build. I mean, there ain't hardly no seams. There might be on the bottom if you really want to get all technical on it, but really not necessary. I think this builds up into a very nice kit. And what I did so far is I got the canopy on, got that mask off. The only really gap is the little canopy here. It fits to the forward canopy, and I just used some tulip and smooth that out. And then what I'm going to do is take some primer and just shoot a couple coats here, just to get it thick and just to get it even, and then no sanding whatsoever. And then I'm going to shoot the whole thing with flat black, and then future. And this way, when I do the flat black and the future, I can do a semi-gloss, and with the future I can put all the decals on and don't have to worry about silvering. So that's where I stand on the SR71. The X-Wing, went back in and sanded everything that I could. Hopefully I got it all smoothed out. Added a little bit of detail, as you can see, which I ain't going to add too much. You can always overdo it. And I'm going to shoot some more primer on it, get that all blended back in. And for the back, I just used tulip again, because I really don't want no putty. If I did use putty, I would have had to have the wings off to get everywhere. So I just used tulip to get everything fixed. So I should be good to go on that. And on the base, I went ahead and squared everything off with some red putty, and that'll probably be a couple coats of that. And then do one good day of sanding on it, and paint. Basically going to paint this black, Death Star tile gray, and then do like a wash, and then paint the Mcquarrie XWing the appropriate colors. Basically done on the laser cannons. I just got to primer them and get them painted. The David, what I did on that, last I left off was took some tulip and just filled up the pinholes. And all I did was just basically put a couple drops, put your finger over it, fill it up, and then I'll shoot some primer on, and bam, we're done. After I get basically one more coat of primer, and then I can start painting, I actually stretch some sprue. And I want to, basically they have a rigging from the hull to the chimney, about a couple spots, so I kind of want to do something like that. And then they're from the the bomb that goes from here, there's actually a wire that fits from here to like here. I want to see if I can try to add that just to give it a little extra realism. But that is where I stand on the David. Very fun model. I highly recommend it, just for subject matter alone. And one more, the Earth versus the Flying Saucers. I haven't painted it yet, but I will. But I have been working on the monument, and it's on my vacuum form kit that's available at bradhairproduction.com. And I cut out the 3 sheets, glued it all together, and basically just putty duty, And this is a 2-part putty, and I just slapped it on there, and then I'm going to go in and sand it smooth. And then next thing I'll do is probably after I get that smooth, add some red putty, blend everything together, and then I'll just rescribe the detail that's in, from the monument kit here. So that is where I stand on that. So hopefully I'll get that more accomplished and show everyone what it looks like, all puttied up, primered, and rescribed. But that's what I got going on today. Got the monument, we got the David, we got the Mcquarrie XWing, SR71, and we're primering up the Red Devil. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.